just to see you, and you live a block away.
That is funny. So it was a good crowd though, considering being that far away.
Yeah, it was a good crowd.
Because that was Saturday, right? And you had yours Friday
That
night?
was Friday,
Well, theirs was Friday night.
yes, and then Saturday afternoon was my
Oh,
granddaughter's.
that's right, so you had two weddings.
So it was, oh my God. Felt like
Was the second one up here at Benton?
It was in Cedar Rapids
Or
at the Nature Center,
okay.
which is out there by the
Cargill.
sewer plant.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, it smelled good going in and out.
Mhm.
You know, it's kind of funny that sewer plant, that all that smell kind of goes down.
Well, it's right down there in the draw, so to speak.
And then you get up, if you go east, you go up a hill, and there's houses up there, they can stink bad in the bottoms. And up there on that hill, it's fine.
No problem. I can't believe they can't capture that. Well, they're capturing the methane, not only there, but at the landfill. They burn them off. They burn all that methane off. I'm amazed they can't capture it and use it. Maybe it's not regular enough. I don't know.
Mount Trashmore's right across the river from Cargill, the corn plant.
Yeah, they got that set up as kind of a park area, don't they, with benches and stuff at the top?
Yeah, trails.
Been by it several times, I can see it from Cargill.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
4 minutes, okay?
And I would second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I thought Shelby was gonna come.
No, she's gone.
Okay.
So I have her, she thought maybe you could explain that and
Okay,
there's that invoice for that.
I know very little of it. I do know that they cut us a deal. If you guys look at the bill, they fixed the dam, bottom side where the water comes out of the dam at Rogers.
And Rogers.
It was rotted away or washed away or rotted away. You know, they, I don't know, they poured cement and more piping and everything. And, I don't know, there was difference in what he quoted and how much it was. So what he ended up doing, he stuck to what he actually bid. They didn't make as much by the hour, of course. So, I mean, he gave us a good deal,
So what would he end up charging, 20,000?
right?
I think there's something on there, I can't remember. And that's for the ARPA funds.
So this is the actual materials, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would have added the labor on top of that, wow. Wow. That's That's good. I mean, most people would ask for a change. So it's for 20,000.
I believe so.
I make a motion that we would approve that change
Through the ARPA.
through the ARPA fund for $20,000.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, we'll get that in there, it'll be in next week's pay on there. And then, the auditors quarterly,
Yep.
all zeros, we didn't make anything this month, we still have to do that. And then the sheriff.
Yep, this one doesn't take long to look at, does it?
And I did ask them if we needed to put like the ITGIS one on there, but she said no. 'Cause my office funnels more through the GIS for the water.
We'll make a motion that we approve your report, your quarterly report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those other two positions here. The girls saw me dig those out for the auditors, they do look at
I have that quick question for you. Last week, toward the end of the month, the sheriff had a file for the monies that he can collect from the forfeiture fund. Did you get any copies of that, or is that?
Melinda does, I think, because it goes through, we set up state and federal account for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the forfeiture,
Was just kind of curious on that.
on the amount.
No,
On how much?
I have
Oh.
nothing to.
To do it, Sharon probably should be able to give you something on that, I would think. She'd be the one to help you.
Heard many good things.
This is almost like a Reader's Digest version of the sheriff, you know? Pretty short.
Sheriff got extra inmates in there, right?
Federal?
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard it, I heard it, we're asking.
There he is.
There he is.
Hello, sir.
Morning. Beautiful morning.
Passed away.
How many federal prisoners he got in the jail?
Should be 10 or 11. I didn't count this morning. Should be 10 or 11 back there.
How long they stay in?
The ones I talked to last night, they said we're just waiting to find out where we're going. But they want a continual spot for that many, so yeah. We've kind of got one, we'll call it pod, where we're keeping them. We've still got about the same number from Scott County. The rest are ours.
Make a motion that we approve this. The sheriff's court. And to initial it, do we need to?
Yep, on the back, somewhere on one of the third.
It amazes me every month when I look at that to see how much money goes through that front office. It's unbelievable. And then we'll sell something on sheriff's sale. And, well, Yeah, just had one went through on sale here. Doesn't happen that often, but
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Alright.
So do you new hire while you're here, Ron?
sure.
This is other part-time.
Amy will be starting in dispatch.
Is it Bailey or Riley? Spell it wrong.
B-A-Y-L-I-E.
So they spelled it wrong on the agenda, we're looking at it, sorry.
And Mark Ranger's wife.
Huh? Okay. You got a little bit of a drive then to get up here.
And as we've said before, if somebody checks out or MFGI and everything comes back, we won't give people a try, but we just know up front, that job's not for everybody.
You know, most of it, we do it, so this,
Yes.
The folks that excel at it find it easy. I couldn't sit in there and do that because I can't, my fingers don't move fast enough. I can't run a computer that fast, that many programs. Those that excel at it find that easy.
I'll second Gary's motion.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Good.
Urban renewal.
Yep, it's a report. Do that once a year, ours is still 0, that obligation, so just gotta report it as a 0 and how you sign it. Or I'll come back online, sign it to date it. This is September 30th, 2021, and change the dates to 22.
Okay?
Or even so, Nancy's a little early too. Usually we do those September 30th. I don't know why we're doing them already, but.
We got it, there's some little sign.
No. That one they don't
That's
have to
what's
initially.
happening wrong.
Yeah. Usually do it September. Not sure why
I
they,
think that one they
It's ahead of
have to
schedule.
sign it.
basically acknowledge and approve.
Yeah. You're gonna have to initially just have to sign.
Yeah, I'll look on that. I have to do it online, so I don't know how.
Right.
We might have you do it,
For
because
next.
then I'll send it.
It's like the other one.
I don't know how long we read that. That's not was something that.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve that urban renewal report.
Do I have a second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's look back online to Department of Revenue Management.
I'm thinking it's only 10 years.
Well, I asked that Carrie Johnson,
Yeah.
but, we might have to do something to make it,
Well, we don't need it.
but I'm aware of, you guys are doing a bunch of development.
Go around. Get it rolling. Hey, reports.
This past week, sorry.
Hey,
Road breaker down there, so
yeah,
I have to look. Hasn't had any water this year for 2 years. We got to have some water, and she stays overnight whenever, so. Weather gets bad.
And that's the same scenario as if mentioned over in Garrison.
They tried to fix it a few years ago.
Garrison have never had anything to fix.
It ain't much of a water supply. Looks to me like it's a 4-inch casing with sand on
You need to have the, Mark Rainey check on the stuff. Go around. I know it's kind of an expense, but so to stop with the grader, you know.
I've checked in on this, I don't know how much I don't wanna let too much report on this out. But rural water is close there,
I've heard that.
but it's very expensive right now,
Right.
so. I guess, I was given a couple options, because I kinda used to deal with Sandpoints all the time, so they've never heard of that before, so I thought, well, I'd be willing to try my option out. I've fixed them in the past. So I just thought I'd have to get together with, I don't know who was actually working on them at that time. I never followed that up.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I even thought about, I mentioned that during the summer, put a tank out there, holding tank, catch the water off the rain roof, you know what I mean? And as long as you don't drink it, it's good enough for toilet. Of course, that'll only work 9 months out of the year.
it. So I didn't get into it, but do they have a septic tank there and all that, or is it a holding tank?
I believe it's a septic tank, I believe. It goes somewhere.
What amazed me was they're not very far from Hand Lake, or, excuse me, Hand Lake, Prairie Creek. You'd think that there'd be water there. They get down very far at all.
Yes, it all depends. See, when they drove that Sandpoint in, or if they didn't plug the Sandpoint up. I've seen that before. And they tried blowing air in,
Well,
it,
Tuesday.
and that's the way.
It's gonna screw us all up. I know, they're talking about
That'll
8:30.
work.
Where I used to farm up north, there was a sand point there that was put in 1800s. Never on water. They used to have 50 cattle there. Never on water. Then in the 60s sometime, they drilled a new well because they couldn't afford to pipe from the sand point up to the place. It's still there.
Well, that's something that needs to be looked into for all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Did you have any reports?
yeah, we had the radio tower system last Thursday. Quite a long one, didn't we?
Yes.
I guess the biggest thing, one of the things I was kind of shocked at, they want to start moving ahead in the next 6 weeks, correct? Start putting footings in the ground for the towers.
Well, if they don't get them in soon, they're not getting them in till spring.
So that was one of the things I was really kind of shocked at, which is a good thing for once. But the tower out here to Rogers, I guess me and the sheriff and Scott were kind of on the same page. We're gonna do, I'm quoting, we are gonna do a lot of moving and shaking ourselves. We're not gonna hire. There's this steel shed, kind of like I call it a cooler.
Yeah,
You know, it's on a
8 by
steel frame sitting on cement.
8 by 12.
Yeah, we don't need it no more, but we thought, maybe somebody in the county, as for secondary roads or conservation, that would want it. To me, I think it'd be an easy move. You get back up with the trailer, and once you're on with the skid, and
Sure.
down the road you go. 250 gallon LP tank. Same way, conservation's only a mile and a quarter away. They got a tractor and loader more than big enough to pick it up.
Sure.
Put it on a trailer. Or we were even talking about trading it in for a 500 gallon tank.
Hmm.
Okay? So that was, and then the generator is sitting on a cement pad, but they don't think it works, correct?
They said the generator was done, inoperable.
Is the motor on?
They claim not. Thought that was something secondary roads could just go get it. If you can make it work, it's yours.
The same way, with the generator, we can pick that up when the loader's there. It's 6 foot long,
Yeah,
3 foot tall, probably 2 foot wide. But loader should lift it, no problem. I mean, the conservation one. First, you can see I'm volunteering somebody else here on this. We can load it up, same way, take it to secondary roads. If they don't want it, auction it off or scrap it. Last but not least is the tower. The tower.
make some sandwiches. Make a big lunch of it.
There's a lot of towers. Which tower?
The one that we
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
at Rogers.
At Rogers.
We're moving all the stuff out of
Yes,
there.
yes, yes.
Okay, once the tower or all the stuff is moved,
And
we are relishing the thought of bringing it down ourselves.
Timber,
Because instead of a change order then, or what?
Well,
how big is it?
300 foot.
Would somebody come take it down for getting it?
well, we figure we gotta take it down. And once it's on the ground, we can let a scrapper come in and
Jeez.
Have you got enough room for that to come in?
after all the equipment is moved out of there, it can go north, south, or east. It cannot go to the west, because I believe it's,
It's all for the road across the road.
yeah, 120 feet, was it?
26, something like
Yeah.
that, close.
So it can't go to the west road, we're gonna kill the power to the northwest corner of this county. Which, I got a lot of static on that about the headlines in the local papers.
Sure.
Supervisor. But he's also gonna get us a bid, is the way it was rolled up.
Yep.
Just for taking down the tower and getting it on the ground, just for curiosity.
I would think that somebody would want that tower.
Boy, by the time you dismantle it
Labor intensive, especially to take it down. 'cause
and
they have to
reassemble, yeah,
start at the top and
yeah.
try to get it apart section by section.
And to reassemble, you're starting at the base and going up. Yeah, wow.
We did that with the original radio tower in Belle Plaine. We bought it used. It was in 20-foot sections, but it was a self-standing tower. The self-supporting is once you take the guide wires off of it so you can take it down. So they'd have to take the whole thing down, lay it down, and then take it apart.
I don't care what they do. I mean,
Is this,
somebody.
this have guy wires?
Yes.
You know, once you disconnect those, you're gonna have to,
It's gonna go one direction or the other.
well,
Three.
do you think once the wires come off, it'll go?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you think so?
Well, once they take the guide wires off,
Yeah, I was planning on hooking your truck.
Personal truck, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I,
And pulling it over.
you sure you can move that fast?
Oh, yeah.
If
Our
need be, like
insurance
lightning.
company.
You know, this reminds me of my son that was trying to pull a 40-foot tree down with a 20-foot rope and my pickup.
I would kind of envision the same thing. He's already got the pickup.
There we go.
That's right.
If you pick up, lady, we're good.
It went to a demo derby, so.
We're gonna get a price anyway from.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what, we're gonna move all the stuff for sure.
Yep.
That we're gonna do for sure, so.
And then they're,
I better let Harlan know that we're gonna.
Oh, I would think that would be a wise choice. They may want, yeah.
Yeah, maybe taking the tower down. As for moving the other stuff.
No, I don't think moving the other stuff.
and they have moved away from
Oh, yes, is Anthony in your relation? Yes, we talked about that.
welding additional
Get out there and run.
structure onto the towers for strengthening, and they're just gonna add guide wires.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a great cost savings there. And I'm sure the engineering people would know this, but if you add, to me, if we add enough steel to give it
Strength. Mhm.
30% more strength, and it's all welded on, are we then gonna have to, and I'm just thinking out loud, put the steel on to give it 40% more strength, and then once they get it all welded on, now they've achieved the 30%. But I would assume we're gonna weaken it every place we weld on it. And it might not be that drastic of a.
Well, if it's less expensive to put the guide
The
wires.
guide
on.
wires has got to be cheaper.
Well, we didn't get a price on that yet either.
No, they're, and that's a different company, which we have made some phone calls and they're very reputable firm.
Because the towers that we are going with are gonna be, this one out here is gonna be a guided tower.
Yep.
We're gonna replace this one. This one's gonna be,
Self-supporting.
and then the one at Norway self-supporting.
So you get a win like we had a couple of years ago. Those self-supporting towers gonna stay standing?
The sheriff's office is self-supporting. The one in Belle Plaine is self-supporting.
But that one's gonna put cables.
We're gonna put cables on it for more strength. The one at the sheriff's office passes the,
Low test.
there's a standard you give, and it passes the standard. Which this current standard was not a standard when any of these towers were built. Ever changing.
Regulations, yeah.
Well, I think we all view that as good news.
Well, the one at Rogers, looking at it, it's got, I didn't measure it, it's got one pipe coming out of cement, comes out about this far. Then it's got 3 legs come off that piece there for the tower, which is about this high then off the ground, which the 3 legs go up then.
That's why I think because of the way it's kind of almost like a trailer wall.
Yeah,
Once you cut the wires, it's gonna go. And then there was did we want to leave the current anchor points or remove them?
yeah.
And they suggested at the least we go down 4 foot on the anchor points. You cut the anchor off and cover it up. Okay. Because otherwise we saw no real benefit for us to take them out.
How deep are they?
I don't think anybody knows.
Nobody knows. You could be digging all the way to China.
Sure.
4.5 feet.
Cement was cheap in them days, you know, and that rod that comes out is about yay big. And then it's got like a, I don't know what he's had a special name for it,
Yeah, he did.
but that's where all the cables hook to this thing at the end. Above the ground. The only thing that actually goes in the ground is this rod, and supposedly it goes down 4 foot into the cement. And of course, they don't know
Sure.
how much cement's in there.
Yeah.
You know, did they make a form or something, or did they just dig a,
Dig a hole and fill it.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we kinda agreed with that, we just have secondary roads there, again, I volunteered them, and they got the equipment, they can dig a hole, and I got the chop saw or cutting boards, whatever we need to. Got that hunk of iron out, refill it.
I'm gonna double check with Karen, maybe that should have been for that
Maybe.
period, we just missed it last year.
They dig the hole, you can
Nancy
shove
got ahead of things.
That's gotta be a lot of cement.
So I think Nancy saw that and then she put ours on, you know.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it,
I'm on a motion to adjourn.
okay,
second.
all in favor?